Yeah, hi guys, good morning.
Good morning, Manish.
Good
Yeah,
morning, Manas.
good morning, very good morning. So guys, we will wait for 2 more minutes. Meanwhile, others can also join. Then we will start the session. Okay, guys, so let's start with the session. So guys, in last class, we have started with the agile, right? What are the things we have discussed? We have discussed what exactly agile, why agile came into the picture. Okay, what is waterfall model? What are the drawbacks we have in case of waterfall model? And what are the advantages we have in case of agile methodology? So these all are the things we have discussed in that last class, right? So far so good. All clear, guys. Anyone? Any question? All clear?
Yes.
Okay. So guys, can anyone tell me from boys, what are the advantages we have in case of agile methodology?
Rapid development.
Yes, rapid development. Yes. Any different other point? Yes. Gautam, Vijay,
Client satisfaction.
client
We
satisfaction.
can we can deliver the project in sprints.
Yes, we can deliver the project in a sprint. We can deliver the project fast and frequently. Instead of month, we can deliver in the weeks as well.
Testing maybe testing can be easily
Yes, correct.
in
This
every
all.
phase of development.
What, Dinesh? Could you please repeat?
Changes can be easily accommodated.
Yes,
You
changes can be
can
easily accommodated. So these are the different advantages we have in case of Agile. So guys, Agile is following incremental approach, right? So what exactly incremental approach? Instead of delivering the entire feature at a time, what we will do, we will deliver it part by part. Small piece of work we will deliver it so that client can also happy and we the continuous integration and continuous delivery, the CI/CD we can maintain, right? So if I will give you the real time example, so here I am taking a training in Grow Skill IT, right? So the training duration is 4 months. So guys, if they will give me the like the offer, like, okay, Manas, you can complete your training in 4 months, then only I will pay the entire amount for the entire batch. So I will be not more happy, guys, because I need to wait till 4 months. At the end, I will get the amount. So instead of that, if the scenario is like, okay, you can complete 1 month, okay, you have in 1 month you have completed 20 classes, so we will pay for 20 classes. In the next month you have completed 22 classes, we will pay for 22. So I will be more happy, right? So the same thing we are following in agile methodology. So whatever the work we have completed, we will deliver to the customer, right? So this is nothing but the incremental approach. Okay. So we have discussed the different roles in agile, like product owner, scrum master, business analyst, development team, and QA team, right? So in today's class, we are going to start with the new topic that is nothing but a sprint. Okay. So I'm sharing my screen. Please let me know if you are able to see my screen. Is my screen is visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So guys, in today's class, we will complete the agile methodology. And in the next class, we will discuss about the project. Okay, the entire project we will do the manual testing project, and we will follow the agile model, guys. We will follow the agile model. It's an end-to-end real-time project we will do. And once the project is done, guys, then we will go with the test. Then we will start with the Java part. Okay. So let's start with the sprint. So what exactly is sprint? So guys, in Agile, we will divide the work into the different sprint. And the one sprint is equal to 10 working days, 2 weeks. Okay, in IT, we have 10 working days. Saturday, Sunday, generally we have holiday. So one sprint, the ideal duration of a sprint is 2 weeks. It can be 2 weeks to 1 month. It is not like it will be fixed like 2 weeks. It can be vary as well. In some organization, maybe it will be 1 month. But the ideal duration, around 90% cases, guys, I can say it's a 2 week. Okay, in my last 3 company, I can say we are following the 2 weeks only. So what we are doing, guys, we will divide the work. Okay, like we will take the work, like whenever the sprint will start during the first day of a sprint, we will take the user story from the product backlog. Okay, and we need to complete that story in this sprint only. And if we are not able to complete, we will move it to the next sprint. So sprint is nothing but the time interval, time frame. So here I mentioned sprint is predefined interval or time frame in which work has to be completed. Okay, and the ideal duration of a sprint is 2 weeks to 1 month. The duration is generally 2 weeks to 1 month, but the ideal duration is 2 weeks. So in interview, if someone will ask what is the duration of a sprint in your organization, so directly you can say it's 2 weeks. Don't say it's 1 month or it's 2 weeks to 1 month. You need to tell 2 weeks, guys. Okay. So clear? So it's nothing but we have a duration like 2 weeks in which we will take a user story. Okay, in this sprint, we need to complete these are the user story. And once we have completed, we need to mark it as a closed. And in the next sprint, again, we will take a new work like that. Are you getting a point?
Yes.
Right. So after sprint, guys, so in Agile, we have a different ceremonies. As I said on the last class, we have a multiple meetings and all. So we have a different Scrum ceremonies, guys. Scrum ceremonies is nothing but a Scrum events. Like we have sprint planning, sprint review meeting, sprint retrospective, and daily stand-up call. So what exactly is sprint planning meeting? So first we will go with the sprint planning meeting, guys. So sprint planning meeting is nothing, guys. It's a generally we will conduct in during the starting day of a sprint, during the first day of a sprint, guys. So what we will do during the sprint planning meeting, guys. So all the Scrum team will be meet together and they will discuss on whatever the story they are taking in this sprint. Like they will take the story from the product backlog and they will assign it to the sprint backlog and they will discuss the scope of the user story. They will plan the development activity, testing activity, who will work on which story. Suppose we have taken around 10 user story, so who will work on which story, who will work on the QA part. So it's a planning meeting, guys, that we are conducting during the first day of a sprint. Okay, so this meeting is again, guys, it will be conducted by Scrum Master and all the team will meet. They will take the user story based on the team bandwidth. During the planning meeting, we need to discuss, okay, if you have any leave plan, suppose we have 5 developer and 2 QA engineer, and 1 QA engineer is on planned leave for 1 week. So we will based on that user story, like we will take less QA effort because already we have 1 week planned leave and all. So in a sprint planning meeting, guys, generally we will take what are the works we need to complete in this sprint, what are the user story, what exactly user story we will discuss, guys, in today's class only. Okay, what are the user story we need to complete in this sprint. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So after the sprint planning meeting, guys, the next meeting we have, the next ceremonies, the next event, we have the sprint review. So sprint review meeting we are conducting during the end day of a sprint. Generally end day or before the end day. Suppose the sprint is starting on this Monday. Okay, so today is the Monday, guys. So generally the sprint duration is 2 weeks. So let me show you in a calendar. So today is Monday. So suppose if our sprint is starting in today, so in today, 16th of September, we will conduct the planning meeting, and we will discuss what are the user story we are going to complete in this sprint. And a sprint review meeting we are conducting during the end day of sprint. So what will be the end day of sprint? It's 27th of September, because 16th of September is the first day of sprint and the duration of sprint is 2 weeks. So on 27th of September or 26th, before the closing day, we will conduct the sprint review meeting. So what we will do during the sprint review meeting is we will review all the sprint work. It means we will see what are the user story we have successfully completed, what are the user story we need to move it to the next sprint, and why we need to move it to the next sprint. Suppose we have taken around 6 user story. Out of 4 user story we have completed. All the testing work, development work, everything is completed. And 2 user stories we need to move into the next sprint. Okay, so we need to give a proper reason why we are moving it to the next sprint. Okay, suppose currently it is in the testing phase. So we need to give, okay, it is assigned very late and all. We need to give a reason. Okay. So during the review meeting, we will first we will review all the user story. Then we will give the demonstration. Okay, what are the things we have completed? Okay, what are the, like, whether it is working as per the acceptance criteria or not. So here I have mentioned, guys, at the end of this every sprint cycle, the Scrum Master and the entire team meet again and demonstrate the implemented user story to the product owner. And the product owner will cross verify whether it is working as per the acceptance criteria or not. So we will give the demonstration as well, guys. So what are the things, like whatever the user story the development team is developed and whatever we have tested, whether it is working fine or not, we will give the short demonstration to the product owner and the entire team as well. So that everyone can know, like, yeah, these are the new functionality, new feature we have added, and how exactly the working scenario, how exactly the use cases. So this is all about the sprint review meeting. So we are conducting at the end of the sprint. Since it's a review, from the name it suggests it's a review meeting. So we will review all the work. Clear? All good? Yes or no? So after the review meeting, guys, the next meeting we have the retrospective, sorry, daily stand-up. So what exactly daily stand-up? Daily stand-up is nothing but a daily scrum call, guys. Okay. So from last 3 years, guys, okay, we not last 3 guys, from last 4 year, I'm working from home only, guys. And this is possible because of this Agile, and I can say this, we have the Scrum tool, like the project management tool, like Jira, Azure DevOps and all. Because each and everything is transparent, guys. In Agile, we have all this meeting. Okay, every day morning, we have a daily stand-up call in which we need to give the update. What are the user story you are working? What are the things you did yesterday? What are the things you are doing today? What are the plans? Or if you are facing any issue or not. Okay, so every day we have a regular call. Okay, we have a daily update call. We have a planning meeting and all. That's why this work from home and all those things are possible, guys. Okay, so daily stand-up call is nothing, guys. Every day during the starting first half only, guys, we will conduct a meeting, not more than half an hour, guys. It's a 15-minute to 30-minute call in which we will give the update. And this meeting is conducted by, again, Scrum Master only. and he will take the update from each and every team member. Okay, what are the things you did yesterday? What are the things you have planned for today? Or if you are facing any blocker or not. Suppose yesterday you have find any critical bug. So we will raise that thing, raise that concern. Yeah, while performing the regression testing, these are the bug I have found, and we have raised this bug and all. Okay, so this is all about the daily stand-up call. That is also called a daily Scrum call. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. The last event, the last ceremonies, we have the sprint retrospective. So this is optional, guys. I can see in some organization they are doing the retrospective, in some organization they are not doing. Okay. So retrospective, what we are doing during the retrospective, guys, let me tell you. Okay. So during the retrospective meeting, guys, again, the entire Scrum team will be meet, and we will discuss on the 3 points, guys. Generally, as per the Agile, we need to conduct the retrospective every sprint, after every sprint. Like once we have completed the sprint, then we need to conduct, like after the review meeting, we will conducting the retrospective. But guys, in my current organization, we are conducting after 2 sprint. In my last organization, I was working in First American Corporation. We are following 100% Agile methodology, guys. So we used to do in every, after every sprint, guys. So we will discuss on only 3 points. What are the things which went well? Okay, what are the things which went well during this sprint? What are the things which not went well? And the third one is, guys, area of improvement, in which area we can improve. So again, all the 3 team, Scrum team will be meet, and they will discuss like what are the things which went well. Suppose the team coordination went well, the QA team and development team coordination went well. Development team assigned all the user story on time. So these are the things we will discuss. What are the things which not went well? There are few user story which not assigned it on time. So the testing is pending for that. We have raised a lot for work. So like that, we will discuss. These are the points we will discuss. So during the retrospective, we will discuss these 3 points. What are the things which went well? What are the things which not went well? And area of improvement, action item. Clear? All good?
Yes.
Okay. So this is all
Yeah.
about sprint and sprint Scrum events, guys, Scrum ceremonies. Okay. So now after the Scrum ceremonies, guys, the next one we will discuss on the 1 second, guys. What exactly the user story? What exactly the user story point, user story state, acceptance criteria, and mockup. These are the points we will discuss now. So first, let's see what is user story from the day one, guys, from yesterday class, last class we have conducted on the Friday. I am saying, yeah, we will divide into the small user story and all. So what exactly the user story? What do you mean by user story? Let's see. So user story are nothing but the requirement, guys. What exactly we need to develop? It's nothing but the feature. Suppose if we are developing the help icon in Microsoft presentation, so what exactly it will work? Suppose this is my help icon. So we will create a multiple user story. One is for this help icon, one is for this contact support, one is for this feedback form. So we will create, and inside the user story, we will write how exactly it will work. So it's nothing but the requirement. Okay, user story is nothing but the requirement feature that we need to develop. Okay, and this user story consists of user story point, user story state, objective and acceptance criteria, and mockup. So these are the 4 points it consists of: user story point, user story state, objective and acceptance criteria, and mockup. So these are the 4 points we have. So user stories are nothing but the requirement or features which has to be implemented, which we need to implement, guys. So let's see what exactly the user story point, what is user story state, objective and acceptance criteria, and mockup. We will discuss each and everything. So whenever you will open any user story, guys, either you are opening in Jira or you are opening in Azure DevOps World. Okay, generally the companies are using this tool for the Scrum management or for the project management. So you can see we have the multiple user story. And if you will open the user story, you can see that we have the user story point, we have the user story state, we have the acceptance criteria, mockup, all these things are there, guys. So let's see, guys, what exactly the user story point, user story state, acceptance criteria, and mockup. So first, what is a story point? So story point is nothing, but we just need to describe our effort, how much effort is required, guys. How much time is required to complete that feature. Complete that feature means, guys, complete entire work, development work, as well as testing work, QA effort. So we need to give how much effort is required. So based on the user story point, we can see the complexity of the feature. Like, yeah, it's very big features or it is very small one, like that. So story point are the quantitative indication of the complexity of the user story. So based on the story point, the estimation and effort for the user story are determined. So it's nothing but the estimation or effort for that particular user story. And guys, this user story point we are giving in the Fibonacci series. We will always follow the Fibonacci series like 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, like that. And guys, suppose if I'm giving one story point, so on an average, one story point is equal to 10 hours. And in IT, 8 hours in one working day, we are considering 8 hours is one working day. So 10 hours is approximately 1.5 working days. Okay, so suppose if I'm giving one story point, it means 1.5 working days is required to complete that feature. So during the sprint meeting, guys, sprint planning meeting, we will take the user story. What are the things we need to complete in this sprint? And we will check with the dev team as well as QA team. We will go with the criteria. We will check with all the dev and QA team. Okay, this is the user story. How much effort is required? Suppose dev team is saying we need a 2 story point to develop the entire feature. Then we will ask with QA how much you required for the testing. QA is saying we required 1 story point. So total 2 plus 1, we will give 3 story point. So story point is the quantitative indication, guys, and it will be include both development work as well as testing work. Okay. So 3 story point is it's around 4 working day. Okay, because 1 story point is 1.5 working day. 2 story point means 3 working day, around 20 hours. Okay. So like that, you can consider that. Is it-
Manas, I have
Hmm.
one question.
Yes.
Is there any specific reason we give, story points as a Fibonacci series?
Yeah, guys.
And why do we consider one story point as a 1.5? Because in previous organization, we used to consider one story point as a 8 hours of one working day.
Okay. Again, guys, see, it's a depend on organization to organization. So this is as per the Agile rule, guys. Since I have completed my Scrum Master certification from Scrum Alliance, so at that time I got to know like the 1 story point is equals to 10 hours. Okay, on an average. Okay, I said on an average, guys. Okay, again, depend on the organization to organization. There are few organizations those who are considering 1 story point is equal to one working day, that is equal to 8 hours. Okay, and the 2 story point is equals to like 2 working day, like that. But as per the Agile, okay, it will be 10 hours. Okay, and again, it can be modified organization to organization, guys. Okay, so it is not like in your organization it is taking 8 hours and someone organization it is taking 10 hours, so it's wrong. It can be again differ from one organization to another organization. And the second question, coming to the why we are following the Fibonacci series. So guys, this is something like the Agile standard we have, guys. Okay, they have like predefined. Okay, so there is no any specific reason that I know. Okay, why it's Fibonacci only we are following. Okay, it's like we are not giving 4 story point or 6 story point. If it is more than 5, we will directly give 8, like that. Okay. Any other question?
No, thanks.
Yeah, Manas, I have one question, Manas.
Yeah, sure, sure. Please go ahead.
So when are we assigning this story point? I mean, which Scrum ceremony, like in planning?
Planning, during the planning.
So
Actually,
during the
guys,
planning,
uh,
we are
yes, correct.
so
Deepsika.
during the planning, we are analyzing the story, assigning story point. and
Correct.
everything will be done on the first day of sprint
Yeah, first day of a
of
sprint.
the sprint cycle. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, guys, this is something I am telling about the real-time implementation of Agile. Depend on company to company, guys. In some company, you can see already the story point is also assigned by the development manager or QA manager. Just we need to start working, and they will manage at during the closing because total duration of the sprint is this much. So they will manage. They can modify as well. It is again depend on organization to organization. In my last company, we are following 100% Agile, guys. So all the things we are doing during this sprint planning day only. Okay, we are like if we need to modify the like if it is taking more time, we will give the particular reason in the comment, and we will add like we need to increase the story point to 5 to 8 because we have found this much bug and all. Like 100% Agile we are following, guys. Okay. So after the story point, guys.
And Manas,
Yes.
Manas, I have one more question.
Yeah,
So
sure.
what we are referring here as a product owner in the planning phase?
Planning phase, guys, the product owner will be the not the part of the planning phase, guys. Product owner generally will attend the review meeting call. Okay. And some again depend on organization to organization. In my current company, guys, he is not attending. In my last company, product owner is also attending. Okay, he is telling, yeah, these are the one, these are the priority one, these are the user story which we need to take, which we need to complete first. And if we have the bandwidth, we will take this much work. Like that, he will give the overall idea. Like he will give the brief of all the user story. He will in maybe in other organization he will explain, yeah, these are the criteria and all.
He is someone from our company,
Yes.
internal.
Product owner is our internal employee only, the senior employee. Okay, all the product owner, or I can say the business analyst, everything will be the internal employee. It will be not client, guys. Okay. So after the story point, guys, the next one we have the user story state. So whenever you will open any user story, you can see the user story state as well, guys. So you can see, guys, whenever we are taking the story in the first time, it will be on the new state. Okay. So once we will assign it to the development team and the development work is started, it will be on the active state. Okay, this is something you can see in the Azure DevOps. In Jira, it will be in progress state. Okay. In after that, guys, suppose the development work is done. So they will mark it as resolved and assign it to the QA. In Jira, you can see in QA state. Okay. Suppose if it is working fine, the testing work is completed and all, they will mark it as a closed. It means the development and testing work, all the things are completed. The user story is implemented as per the criteria. And also we have state one removed state, guys. Suppose we are taking any user story now, there are some discussion happened and we don't need to implement that feature. So we can mark it as removed as well so that it will not appear in our Scrum dashboard. So these are the story state you can see. So let me show you guys how exactly it will look like in the Azure DevOps board. You can see, guys, here, if I will open any user story, this is my Azure DevOps board in my last organization. I just took the screenshot. So you can see here we have the story state. So by default, it will be in the new state. You can see the story point as well. Okay. You can see here I have mentioned. You can see the state new, then active, then resolved, then closed. Here you can see the story point as well, right? So these are the different states we have in the user story. Okay. So after the user story state, the next one we have the objective and acceptance criteria. So now this acceptance criteria will play a very, very important role. So whenever you will open any user story, you can see we have one field for the acceptance criteria. So what exactly acceptance criteria, guys? So acceptance criteria is nothing but a predefined requirement that must be met to mark the user story as a complete. It's so in simple word, guys, in layman term, it's nothing but the requirement. What are the things we need to develop? How exactly the functionality will work? So this acceptance criteria is very, very important for us, guys, because based on the acceptance criteria, we need to write our test scenario and test cases. And based on the acceptance criteria, development team develop the functionality. If something is not working as per the acceptance criteria, we will directly raise the defect. We will directly raise the bug. Okay. So the acceptance criteria are nothing but it's a condition that software product must meet to be accepted by the end user, to be accepted by the customer. Okay. So for QA engineer, guys, it's very, very important. Suppose if you are facing any issue, like if you are not able to understand any acceptance criteria, so we will directly connect with the senior people like the product owner, business analyst to understand that criteria. So in Agile, acceptance criteria is nothing but a predefined requirement that must meet to be marked the usage story as a complete. Okay, and acceptance criteria is also known as the definition of done. The another name of acceptance criteria is also called the definition of done. Okay. So if you will open any usage story, guys, they will mention the acceptance criteria. You can see, guys, here I have mentioned, if I will open any usage story, they will mention the acceptance criteria, how exactly it will work. So we have one feature, guys, at that time when I was working in my last organization. You can see, guys, I took the screenshot in 2022. Okay. So this is something usage story we have. We have one feature, manage invoice or delete invoice from the UI. So we are adding one more option so that we can able to delete the invoice from the UI. Okay. So in the acceptance criteria I have mentioned, when user will click on the delete icon, a pop-up will show that confirms whether you want to delete or not. Okay. So if user will click on the yes button, it will delete the invoice. If user will click on the no button, it will be navigate to the that page. Okay. So we will go through this acceptance criteria. We will read all the acceptance criteria, and based on this acceptance criteria, we are writing the test scenario and test cases. And based on this acceptance criteria, development team develop the functionalities. So acceptance criteria are nothing but the requirement. Okay.
So who will write this acceptance criteria?
Yes, guys. So generally, it will be written by the business analyst. If you have the proper business analyst in your team, oh, okay. In some organization, you can see we don't have business analyst, so it will be done by the product owner only. Okay.
Product owner. Okay.
Yes. In my last company, guys, we have the business analyst. So the main work of business analyst is like attend the meeting with the client, with the product owner, and draft all the requirement and all. But if you don't have the business analyst, you can see the product owner will write all this acceptance criteria. He will discuss with the client and write in a simple word so that team can understand and all. So after the acceptance criteria, the last point, we have the mock-up. So what exactly mock-up, guys? Suppose if you need to develop anything.
Manas, sorry to interrupt in between. I have one small question.
Yeah.
So acceptance criteria, right? So that also we discuss at the time of PRD handover, right? What is the requirement and how need to be done and all those things. So is that like something I'm getting confused with, or if you could just highlight?
Yeah, could you please repeat like in the starting what you said? PRD. What?
So I was saying the acceptance criteria is nothing but the requirement, right? Let's say
Yes.
whenever
Correct.
do any whenever we start up with some feature or testing, we need to pass the information to the developers and the QA's key. What is the exact requirement, right? So also we discuss at the time of PRD handover, right? The same
PRD
thing.
handover. What exactly PRD handover? Like we will hand over to the product to the client, right?
No. PRD handover is something, but nothing. Something is like, we do it at the starting. We do it with the developers and with the QAs. We give the requirement to the team. This is what the feature is. This is what the requirement is, and developers will start developing the features, and QA will start writing test cases. So that time only we give those requirements, right? This is the requirement. This is how we need to be tested, because then only we can
So
start writing the test cases.
yeah, it's the same then. In that case, it's the same. Actually, generally, we don't used to follow this thing. Okay, this terminology in our company. So it's same only. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Any other question, guys? Okay, fine, guys. So after the acceptance criteria, the last point, we have the mockup. So whenever you will open any user story, you can see we have the mockup. So what exactly the mockup? Mockup is something, guys, it's like a screenshot. Mockup can be helpful when you have to show something to the client. It's a static design of the web page. Okay, static design of the web page or application. Like suppose if I want to develop the help icon, if I want to develop the contact support icon, so how exactly it will be look like, what will be the position, what will be the UI alignment, and all those things we can see. So based on that mockup, development team develop that functionality. So you can see, like suppose in the make my trip, I need to develop this multi-city functionality, so we will add like this. Earlier we don't have multi-city option, now we are adding the multi-city option, multi-city functionality. So it will be, we will give the screenshot like this so that they will develop accordingly. So based on this mockup, like the development team will develop, they will give this position, they will give this UI, all the colored font, they will follow. Okay. So it's nothing but a screenshot, guys. Okay, so whenever you will open any user story, suppose if there is any UI changes, if they are adding new UI button, UI icon, okay, UI pop-up message and all. So how exactly it will be look like if you want to see? So it will be, they will mention in the mockup. Clear, guys? All good?
Manas, I have one doubt.
Hmm.
So, like, what is the actual difference between product backlog and sprint backlog?
Okay, product backlog. Actually, generally, guys, I will cover, but I don't want to go in detail. Because if I will cover all those part as well, it will be completely like Scrum Master course and all. So let me tell you. So what I will do, I will show you. Since you are asking, so that's why I'm giving this one. Otherwise, guys, it's not too much required. Yeah, this is something I have conducted in the EY company generally. Recently, I have training. So let me tell you what exactly the product backlog and sprint backlog. Yeah. Yeah, so you can able to see this one, this diagram. So what exactly the product backlog? The product backlog is something, guys, it's a kind of one folder, okay, in which we are maintaining all the user story. Okay, suppose generally, guys, what happened in real time? In we have the PI planning meeting, like client and the product owner, they have a meeting, okay, once in a year. Okay, once in a year or in every 6 months or in every quarter. So whatever the client want, so they will discuss all the requirement and they will draft all the requirement. Business analyst and the product owner, they will draft all the requirement and they will maintain in one folder, in one bucket, and that bucket is called the product backlog. So product backlog is something which is maintained by the product owner. Yeah, what are the things we need to develop in the upcoming 3 6 months, in the upcoming 1 year, 2 year, like that. All the user stories maintained, and based on the priority, we will take the user story from the product backlog and we will move it to the sprint backlog. Suppose in this sprint we are moving, we need to develop, we have around 100 user story. So in this sprint we need to develop this 5 user story, so we will take it from the product backlog and we will move it to the sprint backlog. In the next sprint again, we will take around 7 user story based on the team size. Okay. So sprint backlog is something which is maintained by the Scrum Master, whereas product backlog is something which is maintained by the product owner. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Manas, I have one more question. So after retroscopic meeting, right, we also have one more meeting where we discuss about the sprint backlogs, right? So that is like that usually is done, or how it is?
No, sprint backlog is not a meeting, guys. Sprint backlog is
Okay.
something like what are the things we need to complete in this sprint. Why we are using the backlog terminology, guys? Because these are the something backlog which is yet to develop. Okay, like whenever you will open any Scrum board, so you can see the sprint backlog and you can see the product backlog. Product backlog means what are the user story we need to complete. Okay, it will be having all the user story. Okay, which is the, and sprint backlog, what are the things you need to complete in this sprint, particular in the next 10 days, the 10 days of working. So that is nothing but a sprint backlog. So we don't have any ceremonies like sprint backlog ceremonies.
Okay, Manas, thank you.
Yeah. So guys, we have discussed with all this terminology, like what exactly the user story point, user story state, acceptance criteria, and mockup. So now, just within 2 minutes, I will tell you how the real-time agile will work. Okay. So we will just see in 2 minutes how the agile will work. So this is our Scrum team, guys. We have the product owner, we have the stakeholder, client, and all. We have the Scrum master in our team. We have the development team, QA team, okay, business analyst, okay. We have the architect. So this is my Scrum team, guys. Okay, and this is my Scrum dashboard. We are using the Azure DevOps board, and these are the user story which we need to complete. So you can see here we have this sprint, and this is the backlog. This is my sprint backlog. If I will click on this backlog, guys, this is nothing but my product backlog. So you can see, guys, the duration of the sprint, that is nothing but a 10 working day. It will start from the 3rd January till the 14th January. Okay, means 10 working day. Okay, and these are the user story. So you can see, guys, we have a different multiple state. There are few user story which is assigned it on my name. You can see this is on my name, like that. Okay, these are the different state we have. Okay. So suppose if I will open any user story, let me open this user story. So if you will open any user story, in the top, you can see user story number. Okay, what is the user story number? User story title of the user story state, you can see. Area is nothing but the project name. This is iteration is nothing but a sprint. The another name of a sprint is nothing but the iteration. Okay. Then here we have story point. Okay, we have the priority. What is priority? We will discuss it later. Okay, then these are the acceptance criteria. How exactly it will work? This is the acceptance criteria I have mentioned, and this is the mockup. Okay, so by default, initially it will be on the navy state. Once the development team will start working, it will be on the active. Once it is fixed, they will move it to the QA. They will mark it as a result, and they will change the assigning. Okay, currently it's on my name. I will assign it to the QA team. And if it is working fine, we will mark it as a closed. Okay, so this is, you can see the another user story. So these are we have the acceptance criteria. So as a QA engineer, guys, our main duty is, guys, we need to go through all the acceptance criteria in a detail. We need to understand each and every criteria in detail. Okay, and we need to write a test scenario, test cases based on that. Clear? All good?
Yes.
Okay. See, guys, Agile is completely
Yeah.
theoretical. Just you can remember this definition, or I can say the just punch work what exactly Agile. It's an incremental approach, waterfall model, sequential model, a step-by-step model. Okay. So just if you will remember this keyword also, that is fine, guys. Okay. This is all are just theoretical only. Okay. Now we will see. Let me see the timing. Okay, it's already 8:14. Okay, I think we can cover. So can we cover some more topic also? Is it fine, guys?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Perfect. So now we will see what exactly defect or what is bug. So what is defect and what is bug, guys? A mismatch between the expected result of the test case with the actual result. If something is not working with the expected one, guys, then it is called defect. We will raise it as a defect. A mismatch between the expected result versus actual result is known as defect. If something is not working as per the acceptance criteria, then we will raise it as a defect. Okay. A mismatch between the expected result of the test cases versus actual result in an application is called a defect. Is it clear? Are you getting a point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, as a QA engineer, whenever we are raising a defect, so we need to give a priority of the defect. So what exactly priority? What do you mean by priority? Very important interview question. What do you mean by priority of the defect, and how we are deciding the priority of the defect? So priority defined how soon development team needs to fix the defect. कितना important है उसको fix करना? Priority defined how soon development team needs to fix the defect. Priority defined as the order in which defect should be fixed. Higher the priority, sooner the defect will be resolved. If the priority is high, development team need to fix very fastly. If it is low, they can fix it later as well. So we have generally 4 different types of priority, guys. We have the urgent, we have high, we have medium, and we have low. And again, guys, it is not like urgent, high, medium, and low. Since company are using Jira, another tool, and it's a very customizable tool. Jira is very customized. We can, instead of urgent, we can give the critical series, or we can give, then after critical, we will give the highest, then high, then medium, then low. Like that also you can give. Okay, but like guys, in Azure DevOps, because Azure DevOps is not a customizable. Okay, it's a Microsoft tool. Jira is a tool of Atlassian company, guys. Okay, we have the urgent, high, medium, and low. So how you will decide whether it is urgent, whether it is low or high and all? Suppose we are developing this multi-city functionality, guys. Okay, this is the new functionality we are developing. Okay, and while performing the testing, guys, what you have found? Just 1 second, guys. Yes, guys. So we have this feature, guys, and you have found one bug. Once you will click on the round trip radio button, this multi-city radio button is disabled. You are not able to click on this radio button. So as a QA engineer, now we need to raise a bug. So what will be the priority of the bug you will give? Now you guys can tell me. Anyone? What priority you will give? High, low, medium, urgent?
Hi.
High.
High.
What is this? High. Anyone else?
Manas, can you just repeat the question once?
The question is, guys, suppose if you are clicking on the multi-city button, it is working. You can say it is working. You can able to book the multiple city flight ticket and all. That is fine, working fine. But what you have found now, what I will do, I will click on the round trip, and now I will try to click on the multi-city. So this button will be disabled. By default, if I will launch the application, by default, it will be in the one way. I will click on the multi-city, it is working fine. But if I will click on round trip, and again, if I will try to click on the multi-city, it is disabled, guys. Then what will be the priority of this bug? So there are few people, those who are saying high priority. What about others?
So high priority means like, in my previous organization, high priority is something which is blocker. So blocker is like, which is not even working. So this is
No, no,
like this
no.
is
Forget about your previous because guys, I said like
yeah, yeah.
it
It
will
is
be different from
customized, right?
organization. So
Right.
it's not a blocker. Blocker is here we are considering urgent. Urgent one is
Urgent.
blocker. Then we have the high, then we have medium and low. So based on this one, you need to tell. So it's a high only, right?
High,
So high
yes,
is
yes.
correct answer, guys. It's not urgent. Urgent is something if it is not at all working, guys. So since we are developing this functionality and this is the main one, and if it is not working, it is become disabled, then it is something we will raise it as a high. Now, let me give you some other example. So what we will do, guys, okay, we need to develop this new login or create account. This drop down we are developing. Earlier, we don't have this drop down, and we are developing this drop down. And the development is completed, and they have assigned it to the QA team. So before testing this new functionality, guys, we are performing one round of smoke testing. And what we have found after developing this functionality, Make My Trip logo color got changed. Instead of red, here it is also coming in the blue. Maybe they are doing some changes in the color and all for this drop down. So because of that, it is impacted. Now, instead of red, it is coming in the blue color. So what will be the priority of the bug?
Low.
Low?
Low.
Low. What about this?
Low.
So guys, the answer is it's a urgent priority, or I can say high, not low. Why high or why urgent? Because it's a logo of the company, guys. It's a brand mark, and logo is something defined the company brand, guys. Okay, suppose if the logo color got changed, and also someone will assume, yo, maybe this is the fake website and all. So guys, we have the like SBI logo, which is coming in the blue color. Okay, instead of blue, if I will give yellow color or maroon color, so you guys can also confused whether it is correct logo or not, right? So logo is something the brand, guys. Okay, so it will be the correct only.
But
And
Manik, this is a UI issue, so UI is considered as a low priority, right?
no. It is not like UI will be considered as low priority. Okay, if it is in the top page, and again, guys, logo is coming in the front page of the application, the header of the application, and if it is wrong, so that is not a like low priority, guys. It will be definitely it will be the urgent priority issue. And if it is logo, guys. Okay, this is the interview question which I have faced multiple times. Okay. So you
But,
guys can.
Honest, I have one question.
Yeah.
So logo, if user, I mean, as per end user perspective, if he is clicking on the login, so he's not going to look into the color of the logo, right?
Could you please repeat your question?
So functionality. So
Yeah,
so we
functionality
are
is
saying
same.
here that
See, guys, logo, we
sorry.
don't have any functionality in the logo, guys. It will be just like an image only. Okay, it's just like a static image only this here. Okay, and but if the color is got changed, so it will be not a good, na guys, because logo is something the brand mark. Okay, if you will see here, just 1 second. SBI logo. So this is my blue color. Okay. And we used to see the SBI logo from last 20 years, this blue color in the SBI website. Now, suddenly, if it is, you can see in one day, it will be coming in the maroon color or pink color. So definitely you guys will be confused. You have some like thought in your mind, like maybe it is fake website, right? If I will go with the IRCTC logo, if they will change the logo, so you guys will confuse. So logo should be the correct only, guys. So that's why it will be the high priority or urgent priority issue. Are you getting my point? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now let
So
me take.
something which is related to the branding,
Yeah, branding or
something
something
which
which
is
is, yeah, something which is related to the branding or something which is also, we can say, coming into the first page, okay, in the home page, and which is very catchy.
Mhm.
Okay, बहुत जल्दी easily user can able to catch. So that will be something high priority we need to give. Are you getting my point? So
whether
let me
it's a UI or anything.
yes. Let me give some more example. Okay, so that you will be more clear. So this is my make my trip. So now we are developing multi-city radio button. And this multi-city radio button is working, like what we can say, it's working fine. We have tested all the scenario and all. But what we can see for multi-city radio button, this doctor and nurses fair radio button is disabled for this one. If you will click on the multi-city radio button, we are unable to click on this one. While performing the sanity testing, you have find out for one-way radio button and for round trip, it is working fine. But for multi-city, it is not working. And this is something very rarely used by client. Now you are raising a bug. So what will be the priority of this bug?
Maybe medium.
Low,
Medium,
low.
Yeah, guys,
low.
it will be the medium or low. Okay, it will be the medium or low because it is something very rarely used by a client. So we can give medium or low. Okay. Now the next one. Okay. So what you can see, the domestic spelling is mistake. Okay. DOMSTIK, something like that. So what will be the priority you will give?
Urgent.
Urgent. What about others?
Medium,
Medium.
Okay. All are okay with medium or urgent or any other? Low, high. Yeah, only 2-3 people responding. We have around 25 students in a class. Guys, if you are responding like this, till now I am fine, guys. But going forward, once the Java is started, I want everyone interaction, guys. Okay. Everyone will interact. If the session will not interactive, then it will be not good, guys. I will ask the question to each and everyone. If you are not answering, then I will not allow in the class. What about others, guys? What you are thinking? Yeah, tell me. Low?
For me, it would be urgent only spelling, right?
So, guys, I believe it will be the high because it is why it is not urgent because it is not like something with logo and header part. But why it is high, I am giving, guys, because it is coming in the front page, guys. Anyone can easily able to catch and all. So that's why I can give high, not urgent. Urgent is something like so stopper, something it is blocking. I'm not able to click on the search button, flight option. When I will click on the search button, it is throwing me 404 error, something like this. So that's why I will give high. Now again, the next question, guys. Here you can see there is spelling mistake of cancellation here. So what will be the priority you will give?
That is
Low.
low.
Low, guys, because this is something coming very down, very rarely you can see and all. So low is fine. So this is how you will decide the priority. And while raising any bug, guys, we need to give a priority. As a QA engineer, we need to assign the priority of the bug. Clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So this is all about priority and all. So yeah, guys, so that's all. Already we have around 8:27. Now let me take the attendance. I will share this entire document with all of you guys. Okay. We are left with only one small topic that we will cover in the upcoming session, and then we will start the project. So in tomorrow's session, we will start with the project. And in this week only, guys, we will wind up the entire manual testing part. And guys, on Thursday, I will conduct the manual testing test. So be ready, guys. Whatever the topic we have discussed so far, we will cover. I will conduct the test accordingly. Then from 20th onward, I will start the test. Oh, sorry, I will start the Java part. Okay. And those who have recently joined, I can see there are few people, those who have, I can see some new name as well, guys. You can share your mail ID. So I will add you in the group. So you will receive the mail in the Gmail as well.
Manas, like how is the mode of our testing? Like it's like if you could
It will be mixed, guys. Okay, it will be the MCQ, filling the blanks like that.
okay, got it.
Okay? Yeah. So let me add you in the group. Pradeep, you are not a part of that group?
No, not yet.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I think I ask you to remind me in the next class, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me add you just now only. So just give me 1 minute. So guys, my trip is completed. Now the classes will be as usual. We will utilize all the timing and uh, we will try to wind up anyway, guys. We have wind up 90% portion in the manual testing. Okay, so we will start the Java as soon as possible. And once I will start the Java, guys, I need all of your attention. I need 100% interaction. Okay. Anyone, those who are email ID, if I want to add, I have add Sushmita and Pradeep. Anyone, guys, those who have recently joined in yesterday class and today's class?
Yeah, Manas. I'm the
Neha.
one who joined today.
Okay, today only. So Neha, could you please add, share your mail ID as well?
Yeah, I'll share.
Yeah. Please share in the chat.
Yeah.
Because every day we will used to send all these notes and all in the mail. So I will add you in the Gmail group.
Yeah, sure. Send me.
Yeah. So just to give me 1 second, guys. I am sharing this notes in the mail. So Neha, you can go through the recording. Okay, we have just completed the manual testing portion only. And if you need
Okay.
any help and all, please connect with your contact person. Okay, admin team member. So we will connect one to one whenever you need any doubt. Okay, you are facing any doubt. So I will connect with you. Okay.
Yeah, sure, Manas. Thank you.
So you are experienced of Risha, Neha?
Experience, like
Experience
3.3.
in manual testing only.
No, both manual as well as automation, but not in Selenium.
Okay, not in
It's
Selenium. In which tool you
yeah,
are using?
like I have used in BDD Cucumber framework. It's in
Okay,
Python,
okay,
not
Python.
even Java.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. Okay, no issue, no issue. So Vijay, your mail ID is also not added. Vijay Teja, I think your is added only. Vijay.
Yeah, but I'm not receiving any notes in my mail, Manas, that's why.
Notes I have shared. The last notes I have shared on 13th September only. After that, I have not shared any mail, Vijay.
Okay, then I'll check that one.
Okay.
Are you
Okay.
going to share today's one?
Yeah, let me share in the chatter first. Then I'm sharing in the mail as well. So I'm sharing just 1 second.
Okay, then.
Yeah, guys. So the notes is uploaded in the chatter. You can download it from the chatter. Okay. Also, I'm in sharing in the mail as well. So thank you so much, guys. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Yeah, Manas,
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you.
Manas.
Mm.